What's going on, everybody? I know you two ain't playing no games with me because mm, this just showing me something. I'm like, that's the way it's supposed to be all the damn time. Hold on, y'all. Of course. Wow, wow, y'all doing that? Sorry, y'all. I was just seeing something and it's YouTube. They play so many games. All right, here we go. So listen, y'all. I just come live real quick because I want to give an update on the situation, but I want to say hello to those who are here. What's up, Demon Soul? How you doing? Check your spelling. People can't spell around here. They line and yeah, people can't spell around here. This is not what's it called, Norfolk University. But thank you, Demas. Oh, with your educated self. What's up, Egyptian goddess? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, Talia Jones? How you doing? What's up, your pleasure 71? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, Keena? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you as well. This is gonna be a quick live, y'all, but I want to come live because I wanted to say something real quick about a couple of things. Um, So I told you about November 1st. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just trying to, I think, publicize what's not out there. Now, obviously, there's different states doing different things. I'm hearing different states are doing different things. But at the end of the day, the funding comes from the government. So your state, what state did I hear was going to Louisiana? I saw something about Louisiana. So the governor of Louisiana has signed something that's going to take care of at least, I guess, the first month. But that's the thing, if they take care of the first month and there is no end to the shutdown, how long can those states take care of those people? So that's the thing that we need to think of first of all. Now, I went to Walmart today, and I'm gonna tell you my experience. I actually videotaped it, but I don't. I have to edit the video and all that. I ain't got time to really do that. So I'm gonna just tell you how it went down. So I go to the what's it called, the customer care line. And I said, hello, how you know, do you know what's going to happen on November 1st? The lady kind of did and kind of did not know. I think she kind of was playing dumb. But I went to the customer care line. I said, so do you know what's going on? I said, well, she was like, I don't know. I said, well, they're cutting the benefits on November 1st. Are you guys going to close the store or anything like that? He said, well, I don't know. I don't really know nothing about that. I said, well, ma'am, there are things talk about they're saying stuff on social media. Oh, that's just social media. But I'm like, ma'am, do you know anything? She's like, no. I'm like, okay, you. I think she was being willfully stupid, but she wasn't. She was. I asked what she wasn't the store manager. I really want to talk to the store manager. So as I'm leaving, I said, okay, I got this. I go this. I don't go out the front door. I go out the side door or whatever because it's easy to go. So I asked the asset protection person. I said, hey, do you know anything about what's going on November 1st? She's like, yeah, everybody keep asking me about if we're going to close the store on November 1st. And she's like, I haven't heard nothing. Well, I said, do you think they're going to inform y'all? She's like, look, I haven't heard nothing. Nobody ain't really said nothing. And she's like, but I do think like they keeping it on the low. Like, wow, she just saying, I think like they keeping it hush. Like nobody don't know, but they keep it. So I said, who the store manager? So she gave me the name, and she's like, what they look like and all that. I said, well, at this time of day, it's gonna be hard to really find that person. So I said I might come back later. So I might do a part two later tonight because I know when I go to Walmart later, you can easily find the manager because the manager trying to get everybody else out of the store. So it'll be easier to find them at night than in the day. But I say all this to say, look, they're keeping this on the hush, like to not cause pandemonium. That's how I honestly feel. Like I really, y'all think I'm playing? I got my ass. I'm gonna tell you, I got my ass. I got my ass some two big old bags of rice, about 10 gallons of water, some canned goods. I didn't even look what they were, but they were like SpaghettiOs and stuff. I did that because I don't know what's gonna happen. Right? I just did. I said it'd be suck for me to be out here and I don't have no food. Right? Imagine like you gotta go now to McDonald's and stand in the line, that drive-through line at that. So I even though I tell y'all stuff, I do that stuff before I bring it on here. So I did that. I did that. I said, damn, I was just thinking. I mean, I didn't get no meat because that's a perishable, but I did get that kind of stuff. So I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. Okay, let me see what you said. You said Keena says right. SK, those states rely very heavily on federal government. Maverick Bourne gives a thumbs up. What's up, Maverick Bourne? How you doing? Keenan says, what do you think is going to happen? All right, so this is what I think is going to happen, which is kind of ironic, Keenan, because to this week is a very big week on Wall Street, right? A very tech heavy on Wall Street, like people beating earnings and stuff like that, and people making $1 billion deals. OpenAI made $1 billion deal with Microsoft, so it's like, damn. It's like in one spectrum of our country, people are making $1 billion deals, but on the other spectrum of our country, people getting necessities cut. You know, but to answer your question, I feel they're keeping stuff on the low, and what it all comes down to is each person's individual state. So you won't see such a chaos if your state is going to support or your state has the funds. But what worries me is not November 1st. What worries me is November 3rd, November 5th, November 6th, November 20th, when the reality of the situation hits. Because let me tell you something. If you live in a state that they're not going to cover the funds that would have been there if the snap was, you're going to see chaos and pandemonium. I guarantee you that, because let me tell you also, these companies are not going to take hit for shrink. Go Google, look up what I'm talking about with shrink. That hits their balance sheet. They have to report that during earnings. Then you have to think about this. Is this all by design? Is this all by design, by administration, to have those who are dependent on that take each other out, or to cause social mayhem where they say certain enforcement measures have to be put in place to then control us? You know, is this some part of grand master plan? Because I'm not seeing, every time I start my broadcast, I go and check the news. I'm not seeing what I need to see to let me know that the government is concerned about us. So this may be a plan to encourage anarchy, because they know when you don't eat, then you go ballistic. And what I just feel sad for the elderly. I feel sad for those who have babies, because it's about to get real out here. And then on the other part of that, you don't have to give people really a reason to act stupid. To act stupid. They just need an excuse. You don't need to give people a reason to, or excuse to raid Walmart. You just need to give them an idea to raid Walmart, and they will, or Target, or Walgreens, or whatever. Right, exactly. Egyptian goddess. You know the audio bots are around, so I didn't want to. You picked up on what I'm trying to say. So I tell y'all to get prepared. Like I said, get a baseball bat, get something, because you might have to defend yourself. People are going to. I live my life anyway that way. I never get complacent in public. I don't trust nobody. Just like I rule on YouTube, I don't trust nobody, and I sure as hell don't trust nobody in real life. So when I was telling y'all about physical fitness and shit, if you might have to put some hands on somebody, because somebody might, if I was on social media, I wouldn't be flossing. I wouldn't be flossing. Social media is to set up king and queen. So social media will set your ass up for people you don't even know who looking at you. So I'm just sharing this because I felt I was being lied to. I'm going to do a part. If I feel up to it, I'm gonna go to part. I'm gonna do a part two. Go back to Walmart around the time they close today and speak to a manager. They may lie to me again, because they may be told, don't let this get out if people ask. But even just the thought, how many times have we seen things go crazy just on a rumor alone? But you can't tell me when Target was getting hit by shrink, stock price was dropping because they was losing so much money by shrink. It hit their balance sheet, and you can't tell me that these companies are not going to put preventive measures in that's going to prevent y'all from somehow, some way. Either they're going to have to hire more security, or they're going to have to change their checkout policy or whatever. I don't know. But instead of one person at the door, it may be four people at the door. Or instead of y'all doing self checkout, they may actually put them people at work, and y'all have to go through the lines and stand in the lines. I really don't know. It's unprecedented. Now, let's go to another thing that we have never seen. Jamaica. Jamaica is getting hit by Hurricane Melissa right now. And I'm like, damn, how times have changed because always the U.S. will step up and help other countries if they suffer a natural disaster. And them people in Jamaica pleading for Donald Trump, and all I ain't heard him say nothing. And that lets you know where we are in terms of no, I didn't say society, but the care for our administration. So that's what I gotta say, real quick. All right, Egyptian goddess says, "What's up, Auntie Donna, baby?" Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get to you real quick, Egyptian goddess. Sorry. Um. Okay. Butter Pecan says, "I went to the grocery store before today to get the meats because I have the other staples and the parking lot was empty, but the inside was crowded more than usual." Interesting. And they telling people, well, they're not telling people on the news, but I'm hearing stuff on social media. They tell people, do not wait till November 1st. Do not wait for November 1st. You need to go tomorrow. You need to go the 30th. I wouldn't even go on the 31st, to be honest, because if they're going to put measures in place, they're definitely going to start putting them in place the day before. So, but like I said, it's all contingent on the state you live in, I feel. All right. Auntie Donna, Egyptian goddess says, I understand you're purchasing those items better safe than sorry. Oh, for sure. I would be mad at myself, the Egyptian goddess, if I had to go through more issues than I had to because I didn't do it or I was being cheap. Trust and believe. Did I have the money to do it? Not readily. I didn't want to purchase all that. That was almost $100 I spent right then and there that I did not budget for. But I'd rather be safe then sorry, because y'all also got to understand we still got that tariff thing going on. So we don't know how readily available this stuff is, right? We don't know if that stuff is at their distribution center ready to be sent to us. We don't know, but why take a chance when you don't have to? So Keena says it is interesting that many poor red states have opted out of joining the lawsuit against the government. Hmm. Yeah, but who is that made that decision for them though? It's the politicians that they elected, not necessarily the people, because the people would definitely disagree. Most of the states suing are blue or can be flipped to blue at any given time. I just think call Walmart, well, they definitely ain't gonna tell me the truth. They corporate Walmart. I feel really your pleasure. I feel that there is low key saying this is not a message that is to be widely disseminated. That's how I feel. A need to know basis. Because one girl, either I'm like, I was just so frustrated with her. I said, by you alone should be interested in what I'm telling you. So either she was just willfully lying or just straight dumb. And she was an older, middle aged woman too. So I was like, you of all people need to be hearing what I'm saying. SK, do you think white people will riot or cause chaos in these streets? Stores because approximately 225 of them receive food stamps. Yes and no. I feel that anybody set on anarchy and destruction, even if they will be affected by this or not be affected by it, are going to do what they want to do. Basically, what I'm saying, if you're rich and white and you see a chance to participate in a riot, you may do it just because of the opportunity, and you may not even be affected by it. So I say 50-50. I say 50-50. I wouldn't put it solely on white people because our black kids are, emulating because they've grown up in an integrated environment. They feel they could do things that other ethnicities can do. I think it may be a combined effort. But I do feel you're going to see, now to answer your question, I feel you're going to see desperation at those stores turn into action at those stores. So I go there to plead, give me what you have on your shelves that's just about to expire. Please give me what you're about to throw in the trash. Please just give me what you can, Walmart. And they say no. So that denial will then turn into action, which is, unfortunately maybe, because I ain't trying to sit up here and say, oh, he inciting stuff. No, I'm not. Keena says, SK, some of those states are anticipating that and activating. See, I think, like I say, The care is not there, Keena. The care is not there for me to feel like they don't want this to happen. They need this to happen then to enact whatever they got planned. And it's just sad to see. It's sad to see. I just worry about those people who are ill hearted and who have always wanted an excuse to hurt others to now use this as an excuse to hurt others. That's the thing that bothers me. That's the thing that worries me. And then they can say, "Oh, I'm using it because I gotta survive," or "If you ain't gonna eat, if I'm not gonna eat, you not gonna eat." Those kind of people. What's up, Michelle's daughter? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. How much time I got? Okay, I got 13 more minutes. All right. What's up, Purple Onyx? How you doing, Soul Sister? What's going on? Good to see you. Keena says, "Well, the Republicans' answer is blame the Democrats and seek food pantries, but that's not going to fly though." That's not going to fly when you've been giving aid to Ukraine. You over there buying soybeans from this person. You done sit up there and bought some Argentinian bonds and shit. Like, hey, we looking at you. You are in power. The Democrats not in power. You, not Joe Biden, not Obama. No, you. No, you. No, you. No, and I feel honestly the Republicans. I mean, I'm sorry, the Democrats have given up already. Like they given up enough, right? They agreed to your increase in the budget. They agreed to your Medicaid or Medicare cuts. So no, I mean, what? No, I just think they just being difficult. That's what it comes across to me. What's up, Detach? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So, like I said, I may do part two if I feel up to it. And go and speak with the manager. I'll let y'all know how that go. So. We'll see, but I'm just telling y'all, please prepare yourselves. Just please, if you have to, go buy you some. I was thinking, I don't eat that. I don't eat that crap. I don't bring that crap into my home with them chips and stuff like that you can get in the big box. But I was thinking about it. I said, shit, that shit won't go spoil. It won't do anything. So, but y'all just get what you can while you can, because we know when things get real, people just panic and they go crazy. So that's what I got to say. Keena says, "Okay, SK, come back later if you can. Drop it. Okay, I will try to. Keena, the Democrats must stay the course because affordable health care is on. Well, it's beyond affordable health care, Keena. It's about basic quality of life. If you is sick, your quality of life is poor, and that can affect so many things from just you being a productive member of society and being able to live with dignity. But I just feel like there's a major reset. And then the thing is, like I say, one part of our country, the Wall Street, is booming and people making hand over fist, while other people, like people losing their jobs due to AI. Y'all, excuse me, you may be, Sir King, you are taking this too seriously. No. AI. AI. We're not losing it because of famine. We're not losing it due to supply chain. We do to AI, something that people are intentionally creating, not because we need, but because of greed. This is how fucked up shit is. UPS had earnings today. UPS is doing terrible because they lost the contract with Amazon. They lost people aren't buying as much as well. So that's also contributing to the lack of deliveries. But guess what? Their stock price went up because of why? They laid off more people than Wall Street expected. Ain't that some fucked up shit? They get rewarded. Stock price goes up because they laid off more people than Wall Street expected. To me, that's stupid because if you're laying off more people than you expect, that tells me, as you as a shipping company, your business is going down and you have less packages to send. Yeah, I saw that too. The Amazon laying off 30,000. But what they do not know, while they sit up here trying to, what are people going to do? The only way you can rectify this situation with this layoffs is to give a universal income. Because although the elite may feel that they're insulated and isolated, you can't be protected by destruction. Now, maybe that's why there is a race to Mars that they're trying to go to and get away from the common man. But what they're creating is based on greed. and they can't even afford the money that they have to spend. They have all this money and they can't afford to spend it, but they want more, 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 while knowing damn well what they're doing is affecting the lives of people. If you put in a position of power, your power, the part of being put in that position of power is to change, to make the world a better place, not to see how many billions of dollars you can get and how many lives you can destroy. And that's all I see from Wall Street. Let's implement this AI, this technology that can take away jobs and give us more money at the top while knowingly hurting families and babies and the potential and dreams of people. It's insane to me. It really is. What's up, Philly T? How you doing? Good to see you. All right, my last thing I want to go into, and this is dealing with our crazy ass sector. Where did they go? There's some people who have not been alive. I don't know if they're preparing for vacation, or I don't know if they gone into rehabilitation. But some people are gone. I don't know. Maybe I didn't get the notification. Maybe they ain't working. I don't know. But I hope they okay. Now moving on because I'm pressed for time. The other thing I want to talk about is Stefan, think with the right head. That was part of my other video, but I had to private that video for other reasons. But Stefan, think with the right head, please. Hopefully you're not still messing with that other guy because apparently you have a child or something, and that motherfucker, if things don't go right the way he wants them to go, he will move certain pieces on the chessboard to mess up your life and anybody that is dear to you. So just because you know like a certain complexion or pigmentation, don't let that get you fucked up in the game of being a father. Okay, so think with the right head. Okay, and that's what I gotta say to you, because there's a lot going on about you. Other than that, that's all I really got to say right now. I got to go, but hopefully you heed my message. Please go and get some things. And if I'm wrong, okay. So other thing I want to say, keep your receipt. Please keep your receipt. If I'm wrong, which I hope I am in this situation, keep your receipt because if your state government goes in since we found funding for this month, I would want to know how long that funding is. But if they say they found funding for that month and you need to return those items, just make sure you keep your receipt to return that items. But in this digital age, if you paid with a card, they could pretty much reprint that receipt and give you back everything that you purchase. But don't get caught slipping out here and then be in a situation of desperation, agitation, and hunger. All right. With that being said, I'm out of here. Bye, y'all. If you want to, feel free to send suggestions, $, 13 crown, and please thumbs up the live on your way out. What's up, Ron P? How you doing? Good to see you. See y'all later. Take care. Have a good one. Y'all be the change you want to see in the world. Bye, y'all.